Have you ever thought about what's common between social media and a game of chess? Well, I think a lot of things. And this is how I realized that quitting social media is in fact a really bad idea. Let me explain. For the last couple of days, I was mindlessly scrolling through the internet, and after that overwhelming, almost intoxicating session, I really started to feel nauseous. So the next day, I decided to ditch my phone and look for something else to do. I pulled out my chessboard that I haven't attempted to play in a couple of months, and I wasn't even confident enough that I've still got the moves. But this weird habit of playing a game of chess all by myself made me realize something fascinating. You see, like many other things in life, the social media age is exactly like a game of chess. We've got two sides, each with an army of little guys and big guys trying to move strategically in order to win over the other. Similarly, social media has a bright side and a dark side to it. And what side we choose to stand by and how we use the game of social media can really make a big difference. And after a couple of moves into the game, I realized I haven't been using the power of social media the way it's supposed to be used. All I did whenever I had the time to go online was I just sat with the phone in my hand and let my home feed and the algorithm decide what I want to watch, even without giving a second thought or questioning myself, is this really what I want to consume right now? So I decided to change that. So this was my plan. I decided now it was my time to take control of social media and make my moves just like chess instead of it controlling my actions and emotions. I took a piece of paper and some tape and attached it to the back of my phone in a way so that when I flip it over the screen, it hides most of my home page feed, only leaving the search bar visible to the eyes. Because after all I was trying to do was to avoid any stimulus from what was visible on the screen so that I could escape the trap of doom scrolling. I was basically a fish trying to avoid a hook. And my only viable move was to use only the search bar function to look for the things that I wanted to watch, just like a good old search engine. I made a list of all the pages and posts that I felt were not adding anything positive to my life in general, so I decided to unfollow some of them, and finally it was time to execute. I deliberately started searching for the things I wanted to know and ignore everything what was in my home feed, and with my conscious search effort, I stumbled upon one of the scenes from James Bond's No Time to Die movie, and because I'm a filmmaker, I just wanted to try and recreate the similar look all by myself. And what I really liked about this shot was this moving water reflection on the wall. But the problem was I didn't have a swimming pool in my house to recreate the water effect, so I resorted to a small container that could hold some workable quantities of water. I moved some stuff around the room to match the shot as close as possible, even stole one of the lamps from the living room because what's its purpose there anyway other than making my shots look cool. And with a lot of inspiration and hope, I was able to recreate this. You need to ask yourself a few more questions.
MI6, CIA chasing after the same man.
Not communicating with each other. Not good. For the next 15 to 20 days, I repeated the same process of hiding my social media feeds with my not-so-reliable but always replaceable piece of paper and a tape, and kept on getting inspired by different artists trying to recreate what they had created. And I really loved the process of whatever I was doing. It was fun, it was challenging, but at the end of the day, it was productive and it was rewarding. And when the day was over and it was time to relax, I gave myself permission to randomly scroll the internet, watch a little bit of a comedy or something, and cat videos, of course. It felt like I deserved it. In a way, I've earned it. And going back to the game of chess analogy, I feel like the moves from the other player are like those random uncontrolled feeds that the algorithm throws at us, and we get addicted to it and kind of become their slave in a way. And I think it's our job to be conscious about and be focused on what moves we make. And the king and the queen are like our mindset, the big guys, that we have to control. That's who we have to protect. Now, even though I'm using social media as much as I've always been, I feel like I'm choosing to be on the right side of the game. And having that mental clarity is so important because it's not going to matter which side we choose to stand by if our perspectives are fogged. Because in the end, when the game of chess is over, both the pawns and the kings go back in the same box.